It's pretty safe to say that 5e is the generic standard when it comes to tabletop RPGs. I mean, you can try Pathfinder or Starfinder, but the rule set is still quite a leap from 5e. But what if you can play a solo campaign using turn events and random card decks? What about commanding a squad of loyal soldiers decked out with all types of futuristic shit? What if that is all easier than what I'm making it sound like? This is no genre-specific type of music. This is dark metal, the RPG. Welcome to the universe of Walking Steel. Dark Metal is an open sci-fi adventure tabletop tactics game. The main perk of this game that is prevalent is the usage of game-specific event cards and event progressions. What does that mean? It eliminates the need for a game master and opens up the option for a solo campaign. The main narrative is about a group of mercenaries stuck in a star system isolated from the rest of the settled galaxy. The game gives you a number of scenarios and a starting campaign, each having a unique setup. You can either go in as a part of a co-op squad, or you can act as a leader and make a squad of your own. Just imagine having your own squad of soldiers who look up to you. Hey, is there somebody at the door? Why don't you go check, see if somebody's at the door? Go check, see if somebody's at the door. Sick 'em. The mechanics are based on rolling a number of d10s for attacks and skill checks instead of a modded d20. When attacking or performing a skill check, you roll the number of d10s allowed for that specific trait. For every roll above the attack roll to hit, or DC, you score a hit. However, every roll that is a 1 will cancel a hit. This flies for any defense dice rolled if attacking. This sets up for a lower DC, but it makes it easier to hit, which can be modded by using weapons, armors, or other augmentations. When it comes to creating your character, the first step is to buy your stats. Yep, this is a point buy system. It's not my preference, but I'll roll with it. You start with a bank of 3,000 rep points, which are used to buy levels. Athletics and precision traits are for close combat and ranged attacks. Instincts are for avoiding damage and decision making. Awareness is for perspective traits. Knowledge and communication are a little different. Knowledge allows you to buy knowledge points, and communications is for acquiring allies. Based on the levels placed in each trait, you can either add dice to your pool, fate rolls, or reserve dice if you're a squad leader. Fate rolls are translated from 5e as inspiration. Your level of knowledge determines how many knowledge points you can use. You can drop these in any skill for a max of 5. These allow you to use specific perks and actions. The higher the skill level, the more perks you get. The communications level gives you certain skills and abilities that are charisma based, and can give you additional rep points to buy or recruit allies and infantry. The last step is to buy mods, equipment, and splices, or MES for short. You get 1,500 rep points to buy weapons, armors, splices, cybernetics, and other equipments. The splices and cybernetics are more complicated. They can boost or even take away trait levels and become very expensive. You can also buy attachments if your armor has enough attach points, giving you more flexibility in creating your character. If your stats are boosted, mark it with an X. That way it keeps track of your base traits. The game loop itself is activated for any type of timed encounter, like combat. It helps you keep track of your time, trigger events, and allow players and NPCs to move and take actions. Dark Metal is one of the easier modules to understand. It has a library of perks and upgrades that showcases many of the possibilities and combinations your characters can have. It may not have a lot to begin with, but it definitely leaves the door open for updates and expansions. Having a dice pool can feel like it limits your damage, where one hit equals 1 point of damage, but to me, that makes it more practical and natural in this setting. One thing I feel could be simplified would definitely be the cost of splices and cybers. I can understand the problem of having too many unnatural augments to your anatomy, but it would be easier to understand if they were at least the same.
So would I consider dark metal to be a good alternative to 5e? Of course I would. It's simple, it leaves a lot to the imagination, and a lot of creativity where you can create your own types of scenarios and campaigns that you can play by yourself. I would like to see them expand on the universe they've already created. I like the idea of the squads and the squad leaders. I like the concept of cybernetic advancements and splices. It's simple, it's easy to understand, and more importantly though, it's very accessible and very easy to use. So go check out Dark Metal on DriveThruRPG. In the meantime, I'm gonna go train these guard dogs a little better. Stay excellent.